Okay, happy Monday. I'm going to talk about forgiveness today. Kind of came out to my little Malibu spot here and show you this. Let's put some music on, talk about forgiveness and why that's a bitch, and man, why forgiveness is hard. And in fact, let me tell you a story that happened to me. It kind of came from Bumble. Remember, that dating app? This chick pissed me off. What's this, Geronimo? Okay, so this chick, and she's LA. I mean, she's LA like cornbread, hot fried, boom. I mean, she's torched. 20 years, LA, boom, life coach. She was coconut, mochachinos, vegan. Holla. I think her name is Sherry, but she said she went by Ferrari, holler. Okay. Anyway, so she was LA all day. And so I think I'm incapable of having it's dating, so I was gonna say I think I'm incapable of having a surface conversation. So we were talking, and she's life coachy, and just kind of sharing a little bit of my story with her, and what's this song here, dude? Anyway, kind of sharing a little bit of my story with her, and she just kind of gave me that kind of cliche, but just let it go. Just let it go. Oh my goodness, just let it go. And, I was talking to her probably about, I don't think I was talking about hashtag MRA stuff. I think I was just kind of, I was sharing just, the business. I built a business for 10 years, and I don't know how we were talking about money, or maybe just transitions or evolving. And I was talking about how I grew a company for 10 years, and really I can look back the last 7-8 years, how there were a couple decisions I just didn't make, that were, just kind of basic regret. I'm like, I should have done this, I should have shouldn't have moved to Lubbock, I should have stayed here, should have stayed in this environment, I should have made this higher. And I was kind of playing that game, and and I'm talking to a person who's never built a company. Okay, so obviously there's a disconnect there. And I was also very successful in that company. So there was also just a loss of that income, and it just kind of regret. And then, I kind of, blah, blah, blah. There's a story. And then she just kind of gave me one of those, just have you ever considered just letting it go? Just let it go. But it came from not an authentic, genuine, friendly place. It came from this is my life coach moment. And then I said to her, usually when people say that, what they're really saying is, your honesty is not comfortable for me, so why don't you let it go? It's kind of almost a defense mechanism. And then she said, and this is so life coachy, and there's so much truth to life coaches, but they just sound like the shit life coaches say. She said, what's happening organically in your body right now? And I just, so if you just really want to sound creepy as fuck, just walk up to somebody and go, what's happening organically right now? And just what's happening organically in your body right now? Okay, organically. Okay, so, and she's cool, and she lied about her age, and it's one of those things that, I think is real common out here, but, I figure if you're going to lie about your age, you're also going to, so we're done. But thank you for your life coach moment and introducing me to the LA world. And then this morning I'm thinking about forgiveness, and I'm thinking about how hard forgiveness is. I defriended my mom from Facebook again, and just kind of came to my own place, there's just, where you just kind of need more authenticity in your relationships and friendships, and how I'm just really, I guess, at a point where just I'm really trying to close my Facebook out as much as I can. I kind of rely upon it for just, updates and LOLs and things like Saturday Night Live. That stuff kind of comes through. But a lot of the friendships are just, surfacey. And I've just kind of reached a point where, I guess you want to call it conscious uncoupling with Facebook. Yes, that's a life coach moment. I'm going to consciously uncouple with Facebook, and that's kind of what I've been doing, just slowly. People have been asked to be my friend. I'm like, no, we're done. We're just kind of done. Just trying to close out. I even defriended my mom, and then I was thinking about forgiveness and how forgiveness is difficult. And it's one thing to tell somebody else to let it go, but how do we live and truly practice forgiveness in an authentic way? And so I just thought, I thought of this song, and this not Sarah McLachlan. This is that's not Sarah McLachlan. Listen to this. Such a great, great story, this song. Yeah, cool. One of the things with forgiveness that's difficult for me, and this is where I think forgiveness needs to really, when we speak of forgiveness, just telling our own stories, and maybe in our own stories that we can hopefully offer and help somebody else. And so, here I am on YouTube talking about my own journey with forgiveness. And I think one thing that I know, these are just a couple things that I've learned about forgiveness. Number one is, as cheesy and as cliche as it is, the person who's most affected by unforgiveness is the person who refuses to forgive. When I hold unforgiveness and resentments and angers and bitterness, the person who's most affected is me. And the problem, or one of the hard things about forgiveness, is that forgiveness is built upon the premise that there's been harm or there's been hurt. And forgiving somebody is easy when they want to be forgiven, when they're coming to you asking for peace. Where forgiveness is a bitch, where forgiveness is hard, is when they would do it again. When they would willfully do it again. When there is no acknowledgement of something. That's where forgiveness is really, really, really hard. And what I've done in the past is I sort of have almost created their legitimate pain that they've caused me as a license to be mean or to be hateful to them. And that's one of the things that I've kind of learned on this journey is, number one, how important forgiveness is. And two, having to also go into the people I need to forgive while simultaneously going into the hurt that they cause me. And there's a lot of hypocrisy on forgiveness. There's a lot of life coachy, bullshitty, hypocrisy, kind of, Christian-y, churchy, just forgive. If we go to the Christ and we look at what he said on the cross, he said, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do." And his message of forgiveness is they are blind, they are dumb, they don't know how they hurt. They are unconscious. It sort of reminds me of Durango. When there was that EPA oil spill. and one of the few people that presidential candidates that came out was Ben Carson. That's another reason why I like Ben Carson. But this is not about politics. This is about forgiveness and how hard it can be and difficult to truly do it when those relationships are people who willfully and probably could, if they would, they should, they would do it again and we have to live in a place of unforgiveness with them. And then you go to the message of Christ. He's like, forgive them for they know not what they do. Back to Durango, like with the EPA, when there was all that oil spill, and they contaminated those rivers out there. And anybody who's familiar with Durango or lived out there who loves it like I do, or have, that makes you angry. What the fuck did they do to these fucking rivers? And then you see all the corruption and bullshit and how they knew, and what the fuck are you doing? When you pollute the river, you're opening yourself up to, like, those are your fucking fish, dude. But that's the river you can't swim in. That's the river that's going to affect for how many and clean that shit up. And the people who are playing politics and they're playing all that shit, and they're, for them it's just about something. But for some people, that could literally be their food. That could literally be their backyard. That could literally be, that can go into the ocean and affect fish that you and I eat. And how do we live in forgiveness to people who are willful? And to learn how to, man, that's hard. And if there's one thing that I want to do in this little YouTube video, is not to resolve all the unforgiveness, but to just give an authentic voice to say, forgiveness is very hard. And I don't think people they don't really talk about it. And when they do talk about it, it's kind of from a cheerleading, glitter-throwing, awesome, life-coachy way. But I'm like, no, dude. To not live in unforgiveness is one of the hardest things to do. And the Bible even literally says that we have to be conscious of discord. I mean, God's standard is He doesn't even like discord in families. And in this journey, I've had to look at my own and like, well, how can I have a conversation with this person without moving into discord? I'm like, man, when did I start thinking like that? When I started really smoking cannabis and living a meditative life. And the presence of God will minister, like the Holy Spirit, and the muses will come in and they'll say, be careful not to move into discord. Wow, that's a standard. All right. Go enjoy your week. Go enjoy your day. Practice forgiveness. Practice forgiveness. And then practice not even allowing discord. Man, that's a hard way to start. Happy Monday, guys. You guys be good. Email me, you know the drill, americana417@gmail.com. Discord. Google it. The Bible hates discord in families. God hates discord in families. And just think about that. Just in your own way, practice not even allowing discord. Enjoy your day.